Hello everyone, welcome back to another Infinity Kingdom video. This is Puppy from server M14, and in this video we wanted to go over leveling up your Immortals. So, to get the actual level of your Immortal up to level 50, 55, 60, depending on what season you're in, you're going to want to do a sweep with your gnomes, or a raid is what it's officially called. Do as many as you can, and as soon as it's fully leveled up, then you can start working on your next march if it's strong enough to not take as many troop losses. You can also take your main march, you can remove a couple. Like, you can leave, let's say you have like an Alex march, you can remove everything but your Alex. You can add some random Immortals in there that you're trying to level up, and you can just have Alex do all the carrying. That is a pretty useful way to level up your Immortals. So while you are leveling up your Immortals with the gnomes, I would recommend working on your boost level here. It does cost a bit of gold, but to bring down the gold cost, you just need to make sure to have boost consumption all the way leveled up. It is very early in the Immortal tree in the Academy, but this will help out significantly. It's 20% reduced gold consumption, which is massive. Now with the boost consumption activated in your Academy, I would start working on your carry first. When you get them to all boost 25 in Conquest, get your carries to 30. What I would do is do Khan and then your Alex. And then in my opinion, I will work on your support. Get them boosted first, especially when you have skills like assist, because it will keep her alive longer to then keep your carry alive longer. And then your tanks last. As you can see, I have Khan, Alex, and Fufe all at boost 35. And I am almost there with Anubis. It's going to take a little bit longer. I might also do this. And what you can also do is if you have the pots, you can also replenish with your medium SP recoveries here. They cost 100 gems a piece. I think I used them all earlier during the own reset, but you want to try to use these first before you start working on your, or you start using your hundreds and your tens. If you wanted to pick one to do first, I guess you could do troop number first, which is always at the bottom for every single Immortal. While you're also working on your boost, you want to make sure to work on your specialization. Now, the way you farm the books is you're going to go to Well of Time, you go to the Elite section, and go to the hardest difficulty that you can complete. And also, if you go to the very bottom here, this is $10 a month. It'll give you an extra 6 books, and it gives you extra 5 chances to do the event. Now we're going to talk about, in your spec tree, what to work on first. So for Khan, because he's a physical damage Immortal, you want to prioritize maxing out your physical attack, then your resilience, and then once you get to spec 8, you want to then start working on your grace nodes. There's a second one here. Once your grace nodes are done, you're going to start working on your gladiator. As you level these up, they will cost more, so you can go 1, then 1, and then 1 again, so on and so forth. Just work your way up with it. That works fine too. But for carries like Himiko, like Khan, Loki, any backline carry, you're going to need every single one of these done to completely max out their damage. Accuracy doesn't matter as much. That's probably the last thing you'll max. Also, magical attack doesn't matter either. I literally just put it here just to inflate my STP for Khan. It is completely unnecessary. But your physical defense and magical defense are also very important, along with your resilience. Everything but your magical attack for any kind of physical carry, you want to max all of those out. As for Alex, you want to work on everything, same as Khan. You don't really need these accuracy nodes either, but you can, especially if he's your main carry, go ahead and just max it out. As for your support, it's going to be a little bit easier. You want to get the max level 8, then do your shelters. Doing gladiator is also very important, but this is more something you can work on later once you complete other things like working on your last Immortal. As for me, I'm still working on Anubis, getting him finished. I'll still have to complete his shelters, and once they're done, Anubis will be completely finished. And that's another thing, while we're on Anubis, the tanks are a little bit easier than even the supports. You don't have to do your dexterity, you don't have to do your precision, the accuracy, and the dodge rate. In my opinion, they're also useless. The main things for your tanks that you want to work on is your physical defense, magical defense, and your shelter nodes. Once that's done, your tank's basically done. You can move on to your next goal. Now, when it comes to selecting your specialization, in my opinion, Stellar Rain is pretty garbage. I would either recommend going Gale Force or Void Breaker. Gale Force gives you crit rate and physical damage as well. Concentration Stance can be pretty good because it gives you scale damage increase up to 65% and your accuracy rate by 25%. But the accuracy rate, I don't really see that much of a difference. Overall, Gale Force is much better. The only time that you want to swap to Void Breaker is if you are fighting Elemental and it's against the boss that doesn't get affected by crit chances, the crit's just completely nullified, then yeah, swap the Void Breaker for more damage. In PvP, if you're fighting someone in Legendary that has a skill like Grace, then you can consider swapping the Void Breaker, but it does cost you gems. So if you go to this preset option here on the bottom, if you go to activate, it's going to cost 500 gems, which is not terrible. I haven't had a reason to swap from Gale Force. Crit's just so much better, especially on Immortals like Khan. As for Alex, it will always be tough battle. It will never be breakout. It will never be final strike. The reason you want tough battle for Alex is because it gives him damage along with attack speed. The way his ultimate works is if you have the artifact for him, it turns his ultimate into a passive. So not only does he get normal attack damage by 50%, he also gets another 35%, attack speed by 35%, and he's immune to control. So the skill Fighting Master basically comes into the kit for Alex. As for your supports, it really depends on what kind of march you're running. The reason you want to use Divine Blessing is if you have a damage immortal like Khan or Loki, any kind of backline damage, because it gives the ally extra energy regen and a damage increase, especially for Chaos Immortals, where it gives you a bit more than Epic Immortals. You can do Tarnished or Redemption, but I would only do one of these two if you're running a double support Alex carry. I have seen Fu Feis in double support Alex carries before, and it's pretty good. As for your tanks, I would recommend running Iron Will for the most part. Fortress can be decent. The only issue with running Fortress, it's a chance every 6 seconds. Iron will give you increased resilience rate, and the received damage will be reduced. We'll go over the mage real quick. For mages, it is the same thing as your physical damage carries like Khan. You want to work on your magical attack, your resilience, your crit. When you get all the way to Spec 8, you can start working on your grace. You have 2 of these as well. You want Gladiator and Berserk done, especially on Immortals like Loki. It is very important. It makes such a difference in damage. Something else that you can try when you are working on your boost level, instead of doing it here, I do it here because I'm lazy. What you do is when you go to gain, it will tell you which stage it's on. So we'll go to 19.2. We'll just purchase this real quick for the sake of the video. We'll go to 19.2. Once you find 19.2, do the raid. Now, I don't know how true this is. I can't really tell you. I haven't tested enough, but apparently if you do it from the Well of Time, it does give you a bit more resources. I cannot confirm that. Also, another big thing you want to work on when it comes to your Immortals is your artifacts. So you want the exclusive ones that give you a certain bonus for that particular Immortal. Anubis, for example, it gives his ult increased damage taken, and you want either Growth or Guard. Growth is more flexible because it is helpful both against magical damage marches and physical damage marches. The best thing you want for Anubis, because of how his ult works, is physical defense percentage. So that's what I got here. I got very lucky with my last artifact I needed for him. Technically, if you want the top line Anubis artifact right now, you can get Guard instead of Growth, because it reduces the physical damage taken by the Immortal in battle by, I believe I can't remember the percentage off the top of my head, but it gets pretty good. This is great against Alex carries, or the current meta being a Medusa. But Growth will be a lot more flexible. As for your support, it is always Surge. Surge, 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 Surge. Nothing else matters. Yeah, you can get dodge value. It'll increase your STP. It's just a big inflation. It doesn't really do much for you. I believe once this is completely maxed out, it'll be 30%. But you always want Surge for your supports. No question. As for Alex, you want Rapid because the increased attack speed. There might be a time when you will swap to Iron Fist for the physical damage dealt to enemy increased by 12.5%. You could use this, but even then, I would still run critical damage Annihilation when you're fighting against players who have the Grace aura. As for your magic carries, the best thing to run is going to be Annihilation as well. But a key note to take is that if you are fighting an enemy team that has the Grace aura, which again, it is in Legendary only, Deadly can be better because it increases spell damage. Crit doesn't matter, it's just straight up damage. I just wanted to go over this with y'all. Take your time with boosting your Immortals. Unless you're very competitive, then I guess you can spend a little bit of money to do it, but honestly, it's not a rush. But that'll do it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. And until then, you have a good day.
Daddy's home.